spooky remix there. It's the Next Gen Retroman podcast, October Spooktacular. We're going to be doing some spooky stuff here. And I want to give a huge shout out to Evan, again, who on kind of short notice did a quick remix of our music. So thanks again, guy.
Nothing else to do in Germany than remix music, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Not playing Xbox.
Xbox 360 at least. No, he has like a whole brand new like computer he just built and everything. And he has a
Apex.
PS5 pre-ordered. So I was like, oh, cool. You didn't get a PS4 like until, never used it, but you got a PS5 pre-ordered. Cool. So as always, hi, I'm Ryan. Hi, it's nice to talk to you again. And joining me, as always,
I'm Adrian.
And I'm Jason.
Oh, yeah. So it's 3-piece cinema time. I'm really excited to be doing this again and bringing it back. This time we chose to do Tremors, A Cold Day in Hell. It's the newest installment in the much beloved, at least to me, Tremors franchise, although I haven't really watched a lot of them outside of one. I watched one a lot.
I watched 1 and 2.
I watched 1. I remember 1 brings me memories of like being sick from school, and then like Tremors was on.
It was always on like what, TBS or
TBS? Yeah.
So this is the 4th one in that series, and
there's only been 4.
Maybe it's more. I have no idea, to be completely.
I thought it was like Land Before Time by now, and there's like 12 of them.
I don't know. Anyway,
I know there was a TV show too.
Yeah, so we decided to do 3-piece cinema with it. We wanted to do something kind of horror-ish and still kind of fun and goofy, so that was the movie we decided. And this time, the order was...
I get to watch the first bit.
I also watched the first bit. No, I'm just kidding. No, I got the second bit.
And I just closed it out.
Oh, the whole other movie.
Right on the back end.
Oh, yeah. So many jokes I'm not going to make there. Anyways. So before we get to that, we are going to find out what we've been up to. And you know what, Jason? Why don't you start this off for us, buddy? What you been up to?
Oh, not a lot, honestly. I work mornings now, so I'm spending more time at night with the family. Grayson's talking now, but it's like him letting me know that as I lay on his pillow, he's going to snatch it from under my head and yell mine and run off with it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And made him hot dogs for the first time, nitrite-free hot dogs, before all y'all yell at me. Basically, it's his favorite food. He ate like 4 hot dogs.
Did you cut them up all like...
Yeah, I cut them up like octopuses. Not really, but I don't have time for that. I'm dominating my fantasy football league right now. I'm 3-0. I think me and my dad are the only 2 that are 3-0.
I really thought you were about to say you were dominating hot dogs. No.
Your son's dominating hot dogs. 4 hot dogs?
Yeah. He's like a little modern day hot dog champion.
Kobayashi.
What was the other guy's name? I forget
Joey
his name.
Chestnut.
Yeah, he's a little modern day Joey Chestnut.
There you go.
And I took a break from painting, so Ryan could catch up a little bit, and then that's about it. Trying to get used to a new sleep schedule. I go to bed super early now, so I'm not used to it.
You like how I quickly changed the subject on fantasy football?
You didn't change the subject. I mean, I'll just let you get there, but
No,
if there's nothing to talk about on your end.
This was my first loss this week.
I won this week, so...
I thought I was going to lose, and then Patrick Mahomes went off, so yay.
Yeah, we'll get used to that.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ryan? What you been up to?
I have been playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. I really need to get back and finish Hollow Knight. Like, I'm afraid.
Wait, you didn't?
That...
You got another game in the list now.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to play something, like, hard. Like, Hollow Knight is hard, and it's, like, tense. I just wanted to play something kind of dumb and that I could kind of just play for, a little bit and move on or whatever. But, like, I'm kind of hooked on Tony Hawk again because I forgot, oh, yeah, I freaking loved these games. So, it's a lot of fun. But I will get back and finish Hollow Knight really soon. I'm actually planning on hitting it up tomorrow because I am off again tomorrow. I built some more models, so you're welcome, Jason. And it's
How much would you say your percentage completion is now?
I really don't know. I have, what do I have left? I have 3 crisis suits, 2 breachers, a few drones, and I think that's it as far as building goes. But then I have to magnetize everything, so I'm really just planning on having a day where like that is
30%. Let's say you're 30% done.
The magnetizing, I've actually got it pretty streamlined, and once
the painting
I do it, I'll do that. Yeah, well, my paint scheme is pretty like, and I'm not kind of like hardcore like you are, where like you're doing like awesome techniques and stuff. Where my dudes are gonna be like
pictures are like
red,
amazing.
Oh,
red,
I dry brush,
black, null oil.
You're battle ready. I'm parade ready.
Go. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, they'll be based and everything. Like it'll look good. So, anyways. And then I've been listening to a lot of this band called Revocation, and they're kind of like Bloodborne to me. Where like I listened to them a long time ago, and I was like, they're good, whatever. And then again recently, or not, maybe like last year or something, I listened to them, I was like, wow, these guys are really good. Like holy crap, like I like them. And then I listened to them again like over the weekend a little bit while I was working, and I was like, holy shit, like this band is amazing. So it went like the same thing with Bloodborne, where I like gave it a few tries and then something clicked, and holy crap, they are freaking amazing. Really technical, really heavy, got like a lot of thrashy stuff in it, so it's not all just death metal. I don't know, they're really, really good. You should check them out.
Listen to music in like 2 months.
And then I'm going to do this real quick. I am prepping for 31 and 31, which is 31 horror movies in 31 days through the month of October. I'm going to go through my list like really, 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 really quick. Like I'm just going to rattle these off. The Thing, Event Horizon, Wolf Cop, Another Wolf Cop, which is the sequel to Wolf Cop, Hereditary, Midsummer, Get Out, Us, The Color Out of Space, Mandy, Phantasm, Army of Darkness, Hellraiser, A Quiet Place, The Witch, Sinister, The Platform, Splice, Train to Busan, Tucker and Dale versus Evil, Overlord, Crawl, The Host, Little Monsters, Mom and Dad, Chopping Mall, Coherence, Dead Ringers, High Life, Nightbreed, Suspiria, and Brightburn. That's actually 32. One of those I might, move, or it's just, if I
got Brightburn.
No, that's literally the last one on the list. Like that's my like, if I have to get rid of something else, I'll put that in.
Have it in the woods somewhere.
What was that last one?
I recently just watched that though. Like,
okay, never mind.
Within like a month.
Brightburn's the evil Superman movie.
No. What's your 31st ish?
31st. They're not like in any like particular order, but 31 was Suspiria, which is a remake of a movie I used to love a lot by Dario Argento called Suspiria. So.
But do you have like a one that's going to be the Halloween one?
Oh no, I might have to watch like 2 in one night or something to make up for doing something on Halloween, or have that be a little bit more of like a family friendly one, so I can watch it like with the family or whatever. So I gotta say Monsters. Do you know what Little Monsters is?
That's the one with
Fred Savage.
No, it's like
is that the one with the kids?
Like yes, where she's like a teacher, and then and all the kids turn into zombies, and
I thought you were watching the Fred Savage movie.
No.
Those are
it's a good
like a lot of these I'm like really excited, but I gotta say out of all of them, I try to do a mix of like things I'm really excited about and things I haven't seen, things I've seen before, and things that I'm like, I don't think I'm really gonna like it, but why not? Let's throw it in there. It's gonna be hokey or whatever. I'm really, really, really excited to watch Army of Darkness again. It's been a really long time, and I always forget how much I love that movie. So,
what's your movie tomorrow?
I really don't know.
Hereditary.
Maybe. We'll see.
You need to watch it.
It's on my list.
Scary movies.
Yeah, like I used to love horror movies like a lot, and I just for whatever reason just kind of stopped watching them. I just stopped caring. So I'm really excited to dive back in.
It's not like a stop caring. It's just like it freaks me out now. Like my fear levels have risen.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure I'm gonna be super anxious the whole month, but fuck it, let's go.
I have to watch them by myself because my wife doesn't do spooky. So
no, neither does Kelly. Although I think some of them I watch with Lily. She's kind of gotten into like horror, spookier stuff. So some of the ones that are not as bad, like A Quiet Place and stuff,
A Quiet Place is really good.
Yeah, no,
What
like
did you
some of
get?
those, like I think that she'll genuinely enjoy. I'll watch with her, but like I'm not gonna watch
Mhm.
Hereditary with her or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
watch
mean. So
Bird Box?
no, it was I was gonna put on my list, but I was like, I don't give a shit. So
It's kind of like a quiet place, I guess. Rip off.
all right, hey
Anyway.
Adrian, there, guy, what you been up to?
I've been house sitting my in-laws' house, so we've been
Cool.
kind of out of the loop for a while. But we've been watching The Boys.
You pooping in every toilet?
I pooped in half the toilets.
Did you upper deck any of them?
No, no.
All
But
right, well, I'm just saying next time.
there's always next time. Yeah, we're watching The Boys.
Hell yeah. I'm all caught
Season
up.
2 episode. You're all caught up?
Mhm.
We're on episode 3. I think they just finished episode 6 just aired.
Mm-hmm. On Friday. I just watched it today. It's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. There's a I don't want to say anything because I know Jason hasn't seen season
Nope.
2.
I'm a binger, so
Well, dude, you
Yeah.
got like 6 episodes to binge now.
Yeah, but I'm off tomorrow morning, so
Yeah, so
Get
binge
three,
them all.
get them in. But it's good. It's just as fucked up and violent as season 1. I was kind of surprised how like as gory and violent it is. It's not. There's a lot of sexual, I don't know, innuendo or
Yeah,
themes,
Garth
but
Ennis.
it's not. It's not very. There's
I
like
think-
no nudity.
Yeah, well, I think
it's kind of
There's no
Amazon
gone,
thing.
nip.
I think that since they've gone so far on one end of the spectrum, they kind of have shied away from that to keep it from being just
NC-17.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know, like so whatever. The comic book though, I remember had a lot of titties
Boobs.
and
But like
You'll see.
there's like
We'll see.
no boobs and there's
Well,
only one
just
naked man dong at the beginning.
just keep watching.
And then let's see, just kind of figuring out what to do with Halloween. We're kind of starting to talk about that. We took
yeah, we did
Charlotte,
that tonight.
like figure out what you're gonna do.
Yeah, just like kind of different ideas that we're gonna be doing. Maybe that's a topic we could talk about on an episode.
Future episode.
All right. I've been watching a lot of MCU back catalog stuff, like Winter Soldier. When was the last time you saw that? That's an awesome.
That's the best
movie.
one.
Yeah.
We said it was the best one.
Thor: The
It's-
Dark World, though.
No, but like I saw that one the other night, and like I was like, wow, this is a fucking amazing show, or
Yeah.
amazing episode.
That was when they were
or-
like, oh yeah, we should let these guys direct
Everything.
everything now.
Yeah. And then I've been doing this thing where Charlotte, she usually asks us to like read a book for her to, before she goes to bed, and all her books suck. So like I started telling her stories, and I don't have a great imagination, so I just been telling her stories of Ocarina of Time.
I was about to say, are you telling her Zelda stories?
I knew it. God, I knew it.
But not just that. Okay, so I've been like drawing them out. Like I'll tell her, like I'm already on. I've done it twice already. There's Link growing up. I drew. I'm telling her the story of the Deku Tree and
You got it.
you fight with Goma and you get the spiritual stone. So like as I'm telling this whole like first part of the story, I'm sketching it out like comic book form, and like she sees the panels, and then I did the next day with Death Mountain and the Gorons, and you have to go out there and fight the Dodongo and throw a bomb in his mouth and it blows up and you get that stone, and I'm drawing that out too. So like she's seeing all these panels and like she'll remember it and like draw them herself. I have those hanging up in my wall at work. I'm like, this is awesome.
Nintendo's going to knock on your door and sue you for copyright infringement.
Come at me.
Get
So
the,
then I'm taking those again and like kind of redoing them like nicer and like maybe have them like maybe laminated or something.
well, get
You know,
the
they sell them the comic books, right?
get the manga.
Well, no,
Like
she doesn't know that this is a thing that's not coming from me.
Oh my
So-
God, this poor girl.
So I'm telling her my Legend of Zelda. So
She's gonna be like, wow, Dad, this character in Smash Brothers is a lot like the one you're talking about.
no, it's a lot like it, but it's not the same one.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh. She's gonna figure it out one day and just be like, or she's gonna go tell her friends, like, my dad has the best stories. He told me about Link, the hero of time. They're like, you mean Legend of Zelda?
Lonk.
Are you like changing their
Uh-huh.
names or anything? Or are you just really gonna?
No, just straight up. There it is. I told you I'm not that creative.
Princess Carrie and the hero of time, Adrian.
Ugh.
Ugh.
All right,
Right.
but yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Cool. Hey, well, you know what that means? It's now time for news.
A lot of news with the Disney Plus TV shows. They finally cast Miss Marvel. It's going to be Iman Vellani. I believe I pronounced that right. She's going to be Kamala Khan in the Miss Marvel show. Tatiana Maslany. I did not do that one right, probably. It's going to be Jennifer Walters from She-Hulk. She's an Emmy Award-winning actress for Orphan Black. I heard that show's really good, so I need to watch that. And Samuel L. Jackson is getting his own Disney Plus TV show as Nick Fury.
Cool.
So they're
I
really
bet you
going all out on this.
I bet you that was supposed to be part of the Black Widow thing, and they're like, fuck it, just go ahead.
Yeah, I
Keep
know.
moving. It was gonna be like a trailer in the end of the movie or something.
Who knows?
So, I am going to talk about Magic the Gathering and how they have just pissed off a huge, huge chunk of their fan base by announcing The Walking Dead, like, Secret Lair. So Secret Lair is a thing where they basically have done reprints of old popular cards, and in some cases not so popular cards, but on purpose, with new art and different things. They're highly limited. They go really, really quickly. But the thing with those in the past is that they are old cards that have been kind of reimagined. Nothing has changed on them. And these Walking Dead cards are brand new cards that have never been like made before. It's not a different version of an old card with a new name now. It is a brand new card with brand new mechanics, and they're going to be highly limited, and they will be legal in, like, they call them eternal formats. So they'll be legal in certain, like, place, like, areas. That's not good. Like, you're forcing scarcity. You're going to make these cards that people won't be able to get or will get, and just you're messing things up for no reason other than like money. And for me, like, I think it sucks because like now there's like Walking Dead characters in Magic the Gathering. They've kind of done it in the past with like Transformers and Godzilla, which we talked about, but those were just renames of cards that were already in the set. Like, it was like a Godzilla card, but it was actually like this other creature.
Art.
Yes, it was just the art and then the name on the top, but it was like actually like, and underneath that name, it had the actual name of the creature it was and like what it did. So it didn't really change anything. Wizards in the past have said like, oh, we'll never do this again, because they've done something like it before and it was really bad and the fans hated it and they were like, oh, we fucked up. Well, now they want some more money, so they're gonna fuck up again. And I just gotta tell you, like, I don't play Magic the Gathering anymore, but I still am subscribed to the subreddit. And I got home from work and I was just kind of scrolling through Reddit, and I didn't know what the hell was going on because like everything was just super pissed off. Like, all the posts were angry. I had to like actually like go to their website to see what the thing they were actually pissed off about, because the announcement itself was buried so far down on the subreddit because the response to it just buried it. It was crazy. So hopefully they backpedal and figure something out.
Just make them collector's items. That's it.
Yeah, I don't know like the deal they have made with, you know, the people who make The Walking Dead and everything. Like, what, like, but you're not doing right by your fans. So we'll see. But yeah, just, man, they really piss them off. But yeah, like, I don't want all these like, I don't want all these like random characters in Magic the Gathering if they're like, they don't make sense. So that's the thing to me where I'm like, that's stupid. Like, why do you want, like, oh, I'm gonna play my Negan card, like
Rick the Planeswalker.
Yeah, get fucked. Like, I don't want any of this. So
It's
anyway,
gonna be like, but like this would be like Magic fans, right? Like, if they're pissed, they just shouldn't buy them.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, like, people will buy them, and they're not, like, the people that are pissed off are not going to buy them. But it's the same, like, people will buy them.
Or the people who are pissed off can't afford to buy them.
Yeah,
And that's
or
why they're
like,
mad.
or
It's
like
stupid.
people will buy them and then they still show up because they are legal. Like,
Yeah.
even if you avoid it completely, there's still a chance that you're going to come across it because, like,
They should just
people are-
make them really bad cards.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't really looked. They did like maybe one or two previews of some of the cards, but like I didn't really look into them. But I know it was Negan and Michonne are the one that they showed already.
Jeffrey Katzenberg. You guys remember Quibi?
No.
Yeah, it still pops up in my like
Yeah.
YouTube like
ads.
It's like, hey, you should check out Reno 911, and I'm almost like, ooh, Reno 9. Well, no.
Wait, is that on there?
It's on Quibi, but nobody watches Quibi. So, anyways, Jeffrey Katzenberg, creator of Quibi, finally figured out that nobody does this, so he's trying to sell it.
It's a dumb concept. Is that the one where it's like 10-minute episodes?
10-minute
Yeah.
episodes,
They're all vertical.
portrait view.
No.
Nobody was interested in it. This started like in the middle of like the quarantine, like the perfect time to like sell people something to
It
watch.
was a dumb concept to begin with.
Yeah, but it was like for people on the go to watch stuff, and no one was on the go.
No, but even like people not on the go, like you're just sitting on your chair watching your phone, like even that didn't sell it. So,
Yeah,
like,
no, but because you're at home, you're gonna watch your TV.
yeah,
It's like it was for like whenever you go to take your poop break at the office.
Yeah,
but you still turn your phone and watch YouTube or Netflix. Like Quibi was just a dumb concept from the beginning.
yeah. I'm not arguing that it's a good idea. I'm just saying
It's a bad idea.
Yeah, and you know they don't own the shows, so like they can't sell the content.
They're just trying to sell the
They're
idea.
trying to sell the idea that you can turn it this way and get this view, turn it this way and get a different view. Like that's the like technology that they came up with, and like nobody wants it because everyone's gonna watch portrait view or landscape view. So yeah, they're trying to sell it, and I doubt anyone will buy it. But good luck to you, Jeffrey.
PS Plus games for October have been announced. It's going to be Need for Speed Payback. I don't know, is that the newest one? Or is it one of the older ones?
it's an older one, I think, because in the new one, like Heat.
Something like that. I know that there was the reboot Need for Speed, and then there's one after that.
Mhm.
If it's one of the older ones, I'll be excited. If it's one of the newer ones, I don't care.
I don't
and,
care no matter what.
They're giving out Vampire, which is kind of going along with what they do most Octobers, and give out a spooky game for PS Plus, so that's fun. I remember
Should've
like the
done
first
something
ones
better.
that they did was Outlast.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know,
know.
Vampire's a good one.
Not interested.
Okay. Yeah, I have to
I
download
mean,
it. It's free.
I know. I'm just saying. I'll probably add it to my library or whatever, but I
And never
highly
touch
doubt
it.
I'll ever get to it.
Yeah.
So, speaking of video games, look at that segue.
Mm-hmm.
Cyberpunk 2077 has entered crunch mode, which they said they weren't going to do, but here they are doing it. So,
I don't know why.
It's-
People are
Well,
going to
dude.
buy it regardless.
well, yeah, but it's CD Projekt, so they kind of have some form of like integrity about it.
Yeah.
But so what kind of happened was Jason Schreier, he's like a really legit video game journalist. He basically said, hey, last year the bosses of CD Projekt Red approached me for an interview. They wanted to announce that for Cyberpunk 2077 they would be avoiding mandatory crunch. And this week they sent out an email to staff announcing studio-wide mandatory crunch. So kind of sucks. Crunch is awful. Like I feel bad for the people that have to deal with it. It's brutal and taxing and rough, and it sucks that it's part of, it's just kind of
It's kind of part of
commonplace.
the, yeah.
It shouldn't be, but it is. So it's it's another conversation. But the CEO of CD Projekt Red, I believe he's the CEO, Adam Badowski, just put out a tweet a little bit ago. These last 6 weeks are final sprint on a project we've all spent much of our lives on. Something we care for deeply. The majority of the team understands that push, especially in light of the fact that we've just sent the game to CERT and every day brings us visibly closer to shipping a game we want to be proud of. This is one of the hardest decisions I've had to make, but everyone is well compensated for every extra hour they put in. And like in recent years, 10% of the annual profit of our company generates in 2020 will be split directly among the team, which is cool. Like, good on you for doing that. But like, it's still crunch. It still sucks. I bet you there would be people there that would rather just not do the crunch and lose out on, whatever extra money they would be getting. So,
Yeah, I want to hear like from them.
yeah, I mean that'll eventually come out at some point.
Well, that'll happen after the game's released and they make their bonus.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think it's going to do anything to hurt the game's sales, because I mean the heat on this game is just white hot. Like, people want this badly, and I think it's the only game I have pre-ordered right now. It's the only game I really am looking forward to, especially since I kind of have decided to hold back on PS5 until either another model comes out or some more games are like going to come out that I gotta have. So, but right now, just Demon Souls isn't going to cut it for me as far as PS5 goes. But I am going to play Cyberpunk, and good luck to the team. I hope your mental health and everything's in a good place, and you come out of this okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. There have been rumors that Pedro Pascal, the Mandalorian, hasn't been happy in this season 2. Been saying like he wants more FaceTime.
Well, you're playing a character that can't take his helmet off.
Yeah, and like even in season
I've
1,
heard that's back and forth though. I heard that there's rumors about it, and then he comes out and he's like, no.
I think they're just trying to start some stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, the rumors are like he wanted more FaceTime, but then like also he's just the voice in a lot of it. A lot of it, it's a stunt double.
I was about to say, couldn't they just put a guy in the suit and have him talk over it? That's
Yeah,
what they did with Darth Vader.
A lot of it is that.
So it's like,
okay. But like he just, I don't know. This is all rumors. That he just, he wants his face out there. He wants, the role to boost his resume,
credit.
I guess. Yeah, credit. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. I mean, that's not taking your mask off as a Mandalorian is kind of new. Like, look at the Clone Wars. How many Mandalorian faces did you see?
A bunch.
Yeah, so.
We'll see. We'll see we don't know anything about the story this season either, so who knows?
Good old-fashioned next-gen retro men.
We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Anything's be better than episode 9.
No.
All right, so 3 cinema.
Can't keep bashing Star Wars, man.
No, we love Star Wars. We love Star Wars.
All right, 3-piece cinema time. Tremors, A Cold Day in Hell. Take it away, boys.
All right, so I had the first third. Starts off in Nunavut, Canada, and they're on an iceberg, drilling into the iceberg, and it's 3 scientists just joking back and forth about drilling in the iceberg, and one of them hits something hard, and he's like, drill harder, and of course, it starts bleeding. The ground starts shaking, and of course, they just start getting killed one by one. So the Australian, who was nicknamed Aussie, gets killed. Yeah. And then her shoes get burped out into the sky.
So is that explains why it was called A Cold Day in Hell, right? So it's in the ice.
They're in the Arctic of Canada.
Cool. All right.
Spoiler alert: the whole second part has no snow at all.
Neither does the third, so that's why I was confused as why it was called.
Okay, so you want to know the best part?
Northern.
Go for
it. They go into why later, and they're talking about how there's a warm front coming in, and it's going to be 32 degrees or higher. And he's like, "Wait, Fahrenheit? You're talking in American terms?" Anyways. And so after Aussie's shoes get shot up into the air, another guy gets dragged off with the drill and disappears. And the last guy runs away from the trimmer in the ground, the graboid, as they like to be called. Mm-hmm. And of course, a slow-mo shot with the trimmer just about to eat him before it cuts to the credits. Opening credits.
It's called a graboid. You called it a trimmer again.
Okay, so after the opening credits, it goes to Burt Gummer, from the first movie.
What kind
Family
of opening
Ties.
credits are we talking about here? Like,
Just Tremors, and then
Sexy.
Ice saying "Cold Day in Hell,"
all right, cool. All right, just making sure.
and then it's like "cha cha cha," and this is after the Universal thing at the very beginning, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I figured.
Like I'm sitting here like, ooh, I'm about to get some Jurassic Park quality stuff now.
Why would you think that?
Look, okay,
That's on you.
it's still a Tremors movie. Not fast forward, but like go to the desert where Bert is in charge of his shop.
That cold desert.
Yeah, no, the cold desert, and the IRS show up to let him know that they're going to seize his property.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then I guess his son shows up, Travis. I don't know if it's his son or just some guy who used to work there. They never really explained it.
Travis.
Well, 30 minutes in, there is no Travis.
No, he's there. It's like his guy he brings along with him. I'll explain. And it's like a guy who used to film all of his YouTube stuff and everything like that. And just the interaction between them is just your typical, okay, well, we're trying to set up character stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Then go back to the Canada, and it's obvious that it's a bunch of people walking around on fake snow with a blue filter over the lens to make it look colder.
Cool.
And they see the body parts all over the ground, and one of them's like, oh my gosh, I know who we need to call. And cut to the desert where Bert is having nightmares and PTSD kind of attacks of graboids. And then,
yeah, as one does.
Yeah. And then gets a phone call from
Kevin
the lady.
Bacon. Oh,
No. No. Okay. So, anyways,
Hold
gets a phone call from
hold on.
the girl.
That's the dad from Family Ties, right?
Kevin Bacon?
No, the Bert guy.
Burt Gummer?
I don't know who Family. I don't ever saw Family
Yes.
Ties.
Yes.
I just know he's the guy from the first
It
Tremors
is.
movie.
It is. Yes.
Okay.
And so the girl goes on to explain that the graboids are up north, and he's like, the graboids can't be up there because it's too cold for them, blah, blah, blah. And they go back and forth, and turns out he's going to go up there to help them out so that he can earn money to save his shop. And Travis wants to go along with him to learn how to fight graboids because he reminds Bert he's getting old, and who's going to fight graboids when he dies. In which
Yeah.
Bert replies, look, if you're coming with me, I need you to remember the most important 6 inches are between your ears.
Ew.
In which Travis replies, I like to think it's more 6.5.
I have a great Bert quote too.
That's the best
Go on.
one-liner
Dude,
that I had.
dude. Oh, dude, this movie is. Oh yeah, there's full of them, dude. But yes, it is the guy from Family Ties. I looked it up.
Okay, fast forward, and they are flying to Canada on a little personal plane. Like a biplane, is that what they're called? With the most
Yeah, it's like a
fake
Cessna.
Canadian lady ever.
It's a Cessna.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this Canadian lady's using all of the typical A's and boots that she can. When an ass blaster attacks, the flying ones from the second movie that shoot goop out of their butts. And so, of course, like,
Spoiler alert.
look, if you're watching this one and you haven't seen the second one, then what's the problem? In which, like, their plane starts getting attacked by this flying graboid, and the lady goes, "Oh well, we're probably gonna have to crash the plane." And he's like, "What do you mean we're gonna have to crash the plane?" Here's her one-liner: "Gravity never loses, but maybe we can ask for a draw today." And so they quote unquote crashed the plane, meaning the plane landed.
Sweet.
Yes. And some military guys show up who are involved with DARPA. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Lost.
And after they show up,
That's Dharma, dude.
Oh,
Dharma?
yeah.
Dharma? Was it Dharma or DARPA? I didn't understand.
Dharma is in Lost. DARPA is like an actual like agency that does government contracts for weapons and technology and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
They're the graboids. Go
Yeah,
on.
Oh,
And
God.
the scientists that called him show up, and it turns out that one of them is the daughter of Kevin Bacon's and Finn Carter's character from the first movie.
Ew.
So, and then they easily explain that Kevin Bacon's character has been missing ever since she was born, and her mom is missing as well. So that's why they are not in the movie, because they could not afford them.
Maybe he's just invisible, like a Hollow Man or something.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, they all show up and they all hang out with the scientists and the like their base, and you can just tell what's his name, the main character,
Bert?
Bert. Yeah.
Family
Anyway,
Ties dad.
Bert is just not having it, and he's annoyed by all of them because it's just a bunch of scientists who are all cracking up. And my part is, why are y'all all laughing? 3 of your friends just died, and they just seem like they just
Maybe
don't
they
care
were the
whatsoever.
maybe they were the worst 3.
Maybe. And he just tells them that they need to stop cutting up and treat this seriously, or it's going to be the end of the world. I'm like, really? Because of graboids in Canada? Well, it turns out that this lady thinks that the graboids are there because they are the original graboids from prehistoric times that got froze up there.
Fuck yeah.
Like you learn in school. Go on.
And so he pulls like the scientist lady aside, like, the one who's the daughter of the 2 characters, and she's like, I need to ask you, what's DARPA doing here? And that was the end of my 31 minutes.
You had a fairly
before
boring
we
31
continue,
minutes.
I was gonna say that I had the worst third of all 3 of the movies that we have seen so far. I got 2 minutes of graboid action.
Oh man.
Well, come over here. I'll graboid all over you.
And I'm sitting here like, God, this movie's not good.
That sucks.
I was really bummed out.
Spoiler alert, my section was fucking awesome.
Mine
There's a lot
was-
of graboids.
Yeah, I want y'all to go back and watch my third of the movie and be like, wow, Jason, how did you stay awake? Because it's just nothing but character building on characters that I don't care about.
Sweet. All right, Adrian.
All right, so that doctor lady, Dr. Sims, I think it is. She's talking
Sure.
to the Family Guy's dad in the hallway about the graboids and
His name is Bert, not Family Ties Dad.
Bert. It was like, oh, it's bioengineer weapons or whatever, and then like get interrupted by some guy. He's like, oh, you guys gotta come in here to the office. So they go in the office, and like just the Tremors or the graboids are on the roof. There's like flying graboids.
The
And
ass
everyone-
blasters.
Ass blasters. Yeah, I didn't know they were ass blasters until the next scene. So like they're shooting them, and then it kind of just cuts to some like soldier. Is there like a general or a colonel or something in the first third of this movie?
Not really.
Okay, well,
Like they hint that like the cook there knows how to shoot.
no, a soldier,
No.
like a general. All right, so some general
it's
comes
DARPA.
out. I guess a DARPA general. Just kind of like it cuts to the scene where this guy's walking up and talking to another guy, and then an ass blaster graboid comes down and just like crushes him with his talons, takes off flying, but like as soon as he flies, like fire shoots out his ass, and like you hear it's like a fart sound. It's like like they put in a fart sound with flames. He shoots off with the general. The other guy, he's like running, he's freaking out, goes between like a communication tower, like inside like the bars, so like they don't get to him. And then the Bert guy, he like runs out, shooting them all away. He gets like the guy who's like he's all like hysterical, and like his line, he's like slapping around, like, all right, stop, focus. Repeat after me. I have balls of steel. I have stainless steel balls. My balls are in the Guinness Book of Balls. so he like snaps him out of this, and he's like, oh yeah, and like so like they take a run for it, and like out of nowhere he's like paralyzed with like flashes. He like seen like visions or something.
Mm-hmm.
The
PTSD stuff.
Family Tie guys.
Bert.
Bert. And then Jamie Kennedy's in this movie.
Yeah, that's Travis.
Oh, okay.
That was my first thing where I was like watching it and I was like, is that Jamie Kennedy?
He got X'd.
He's yeah, so he's like shooting. He like I guess he's on the good guys or whatever. So he's Travis. He's shooting the flying graboids away, and it just kind of cuts to a scene where Bert is like in the hospital, and then like he like wakes up. It's Val's daughter from Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
She's like in there talking to him and like, oh yeah, I'm Val's daughter, and oh your dad was the toughest son of a bitch I've ever known, and she's like, oh yeah, well he made me these boots out of tremor flesh.
I really wish we could have afforded them.
Yeah, but yeah, just like oh, and then it just cuts right there to like some researchers at like a lake, and it's like some guy and a girl and like two bodyguards, I guess, with guns, and they're like, oh, testing the waters and the temperatures or whatever, and then like there's like a little tremor, and like everyone's kind of freaking out a little bit, and then she's like running through the lake, and like she steps on an egg, and the tremor mom or whatever freaks out, like graboid. The graboid grabs her and like kills her, and the bodyguards are shooting at her, and then just like that's it, like cuts out back to the scene in the hospital where Bert, he's told by some nurse or something that we tested your blood and you have parasites in your blood, and there's like a flashback to like I think maybe like the first or second movie where he's eaten by a tremor graboid. He's eaten by a graboid and like bursts out of it. I don't remember that
the
scene.
first.
I don't remember him bursting out of a tremor or graboid, so it might have been like the second one.
Did they mention Reba McEntire at all?
No.
No.
Man, that first Tremors was awesome.
It really is.
So he's up and he's kind of freaked out, like, oh, I got parasites, or he's like, fuck this, and like just kind of like throws it aside, and like a graboid snake face tentacle grabs the nurse and pulls her out through a window, and him and Jamie Kennedy are like trying to pull her out, but they lose her and she takes off. But like everyone else in the office is just kind of standing there like, there's a Dr. Ferenzi,
and they keep calling him Freezy or something like that.
Okay, he like freaks out during this like grab scene and like takes off to the truck or some truck. And like some other guy with like a beanie who's like drinking Red Bulls all day, he takes off after him, telling him stop running because you're gonna bring the graboids. But he doesn't listen, so like he makes it. Dr. Frenchie makes it to the truck. The beanie guy with the Red Bulls, he's like, don't do this. Come back inside. He's like freaking out or whatever. And then the doctor's like, adios, amigo. It's kind of offensive because the guy with the Red Bull drinking thing, he's dark skinned. So I don't know. Maybe he's so he's like, adios, amigo. And then the guy, he jumps out and a tremor comes up and like
Graboid
grabs him. The graboid grabs the truck and like kills the Dr. Fauci guy. Jamie. And then, like, after that, everyone's still inside, and, like, Jamie Kennedy is like, oh, things just got real. And I'm like, bitch, like, people have been, like, dying, like, all around you. Like, now.
Not in my 31 minutes.
In my, like, 10 minutes, everyone dies. And then there's, like, some guy from, I don't know, some other guy. I don't even know his name. He looks like Daryl from Walking Dead. He's just like, oh, the bigger the problem, the bigger the hammer. So, like, they come up with some idea to, like, make like an electric underground fence, but before they do that, they have to go somewhere else because you have to run to some other place. Those researchers from before, or there's like some guy and girl and two guys that stepped on the eggs or whatever, they show up out of here like after everyone's running around and not moving, and then they just kind of randomly appear. I guess they bring another graboid, and like Jamie Kennedy's like, oh, it's under the floor. It's like, yeah, no shit, it's under the floor. So everyone just like starts shooting under the floor, and a graboid comes up and grabs someone and drags them off, and they die or whatever. So they're taking off to some other place. Jamie Kennedy is like, he's gonna distract the tremor to the
Graboid.
He's gonna distract the graboid with.
I like how we're
four-wheeler.
correcting him that it's a graboid, but we're not correcting him that it's not Jamie Kennedy.
It is Jamie Kennedy.
It is like
He says his name 3 times in that movie. No, so he like distracts him with a 4-wheeler, like, and with a bomb, I guess, that they just found, and it just. Anyways, so he takes off with him. The graboid follows him. You know, the little underground thing. You see him following the 4-wheeler.
Mhm.
Jamie Kennedy jumps off, lands on like another truck, upside down truck. The graboid jumps up, eats the 4-wheeler, and explodes. Other graboids are coming up. The girl doctor, she's running after Jamie Kennedy. It's like the same scene from like the first Tremors, where like, oh, you gotta. He's, you know, a graboid grabs her, so like, you know, oh, you take your pants off.
yeah.
So like, so she's like, oh no, I'm not gonna take my pants off, and like, you're about to die here, like, take your pants off. And she's like, no. It's like, why aren't you fucking taking your pants off? It's like, oh, I'm not wearing underwear. Like, bitch, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. This tremor's gonna bite you if you don't take your pants off. She doesn't take her pants off because Val's daughter shoots the graboid and you know, the little graboid tongue and saves her. So it's like the same little story, like, over and over again. Run here, don't get eaten. Run here, don't get eaten.
Yeah.
So now they have to distract the graboid that's running around them. So the Red Bull drinking guy is back at the base, and Family Ties tells him to, like, hey, you've been drinking Red Bulls all day.
Bert.
So Bert's been telling him, you need to be drinking Red Bulls all day, just like pee. And, you know, the tremor will go after your pee vibrations on the floor. And there's like a little conversation, like, just pee. Like, and like, I don't know why there has to be that pee thing. You know, just start making a bunch of noise or whatever. So anyways, he's peeing, and then the graboid goes that way. And then my time is done.
All right, so when my parts, it's like in the middle of an action sequence, like when I start watching it. So there's like people hiding on rocks and platforms like the old movies. There's someone with a sniper rifle, and Bert's like, when I started, he like jumped and dove on like a big pile of rocks or whatever, and like the tentacles start like coming up out of the ground and like trying to get him, and then the sniper girl shoots like the last one. And then Bert starts talking about a graboid apocalypse before shooting another tentacle that's sneaking up on him. And then in my notes it says one guy, is that Jamie Kennedy? Says, we got to get one of those worms pronto. So they rush to finish some machine they've been building, which is like the electric fence thing, I guess. As a graboid is making a beeline towards them, they start flipping the switches at the last moment and electrocute it or something. And the guy who built it starts celebrating by air humping. And then it shows Bert, and he's just like laying on the rocks, and is like, is Bert dead or whatever? And then I start calling that guy the inventor guy. I don't know what his actual name was. And
like the redneck looking guy?
Yeah, no, it was the dude that built the generator thing for the electric fence. He may have had a beanie on, I can't remember. It was like a white dude. I don't know.
No.
So, anyways, so the inventor guy names graboid Sally after an ex-girlfriend of his, and he starts going on this little like monologue about Sally's soul smasher or something. So Sally goes after the military guys in trailers, and Bert's not dead. Jamie Kennedy gets on the radio and is like, Bert, how you feeling? And Bert says, fit as a butcher's dog. And I was like, fuck yeah. So shit is exploding, military dudes on fire running around. Bert makes a run for it, and then this military trailer flips through the air. And then like everyone starts making bombs and stuff, and Bert wants to kill them all, but Jamie Kennedy wants to catch one, and they argue, and then I'm like, is Jamie Kennedy Bert's son? And then Jamie has a plan to go and catch one, but then some alarms start going off. And it's like the seismic alarm or whatever. And the drilling tower thing, there's a guy using as a shelter. Like he's like all climbed up on it so the graboid can't like feel him, And it starts going off because like this like a drilling tower thing or whatever. And graboid attacks it, and then it jumps out of the ground and bites the guy's shoe off. Just a shoe.
Do you know
And
this
everyone-
movie's rated PG-13?
Yeah, like no, like it didn't. It like literally went up to bite his leg, and I was like, oh, and then it was like, oh, just got his shoe. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone starts making noise to attract it, like away from them over there, and it's like this.
Peeing.
No, it's this weird like slow-mo scene of all of them using like jackhammers and shit while they're yelling. Like Jamie Kennedy's banging an anvil with a sledgehammer, and like the pilot lady's using a chainsaw like on a log or something. I don't know. It's just, but it's like slow-mo like badass scene, but it's just them making noise and yelling. It's pretty funny. And then Inventor Guy turns the electric fence thing back on, and the graboid explodes in a fountain of orange gooey gore, and they start celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, there's still another one out there. I don't know which one's Sally or not at this point.
So
I don't
that
know.
was it, like that one, because like in my third, like 3 of them died.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them, I guess, but like there's a really big one I guess they're calling Sally. I don't know which one's Sally at this point. So, but there still is another one out there, and maybe it's Sally. I don't know. They the people in the tower shoot at it and start running. The generator for their fence thing blows and it's not working anymore, and Bert starts having weird psychic reactions, and he passes out and they notice that his eyes are bleeding.
What the heck?
Yeah. I don't know.
Family ties flashbacks.
Yes, and he's like Michael Jackson, Michael Jackson, Michael J.
Wow.
Fox, Michael Jackson Fox. I don't know. They need to get him to medical, which of course is across the field, and some other guy is trapped and needs help, so they split up. And Jamie Kennedy negotiates with the trapped guy, who apparently works for the government, and tells him they will keep him safe if he gives Bert all of his stuff back and they don't have to pay taxes for the rest of their life. Guy falls off the ladder while he's getting down and attracts a graboid, because of course he does. Then the inventor guy says he's going to go take care of Sally himself, and a rock and roll version of Mustang Sally starts playing. And he's throwing dynamite and pipe bombs all over the place while he's dancing around. It's actually pretty funny. Like, it's a good, like, stupid scene. Bert's arguing with him that he feels fine. And apparently, like, in that few, like, minutes or whatever, Bert's now, like, in a hospital gown, has an IV in, and is, like, admitted into this, like, medical facility. So I don't know how that happened. But he's arguing that he feels fine, and Bert wants to make one last stand against the graboids, and Jamie Kennedy wants to save him. It's kind of like this father-son thing or whatever. And they keep arguing, Jesus. They keep arguing, and it culminates in Jamie Kennedy saying, "I guess blood ain't thicker than ammo." Yeah.
So I guess he is his son.
Yeah, I guess so.
I didn't get that.
Because they make something about, Bert says something about like not getting involved in his affairs, and Jamie Kennedy says something along the lines of like, well, I was just the product of one of them or something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. So then Jamie Kennedy has a badass gearing up and like lock and loading sequence, and he put on Bert's hat and sunglasses and starts like quoting things that he says,
Like
and they start
resurrection or insurrection.
Yeah, and they start enacting some plan that the inventor guy says is crazy, and then Jamie Kennedy says, just like nailing Jello to a wall. And it seems like they are going to use a plane, like the plane or whatever, and a big like industrial hook to like fish out the graboid, and it works. Like they set all this stuff up, and they use like a little Newton's cradle, like the little balls that like kind of go back and forth and clack,
Mm-hmm.
And they use that, and it attracts the graboid, and like the right second the pilot like pulls up and it like pulls this line, and they get the graboid out of the ground, and then she like releases the lock or whatever on the line, and it like flies into a this like cargo container that they had like welded or whatever, like prepped for it, and it like slides into the like cargo container. And then they use these big rebar poles like to skewer it in place, which was actually kind of cool too. So I really won, by the way, in our 3 segments. I got all the cool shit.
I think I officially lost.
Yes.
But
Since
nobody had wolf dick.
I had one ass blaster for about a minute.
Oh yeah, dude, they pulled this thing on the ground like fishing for it. They skewered it with these giant rebar poles. It was pretty cool.
And I got a 5-second shot of a graboid.
Yes. They had This one was like.
Hold on. So what happened to all those ass blasters?
I don't know.
Like anything? Were there any in?
No, I never saw a single one in my section.
There was like 3 or 4 of them flying around shooting fire out their ass.
So then they skewer it in place with these like rebar poles inside this like cargo container, and they open the door on the other side, and there's like rebar poles like in down where like it can't close its jaws or whatever, so its mouth's open. So they open the door and it just spews this like orange bile all over them, and they aren't shooting it because they want it alive. Inventor guy, his name is Spy Camera. So did they ever talk about someone named Spy Camera?
What the hell kind of name is Spy Camera?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Sweet. So he has a machete, but he misses the tentacles because they have it sitting there and the 3 tentacles like come out of its like mouth or whatever, and they need to take care of those, which makes sense later, but I didn't hear y'all say anything about what made it make sense, so we'll get to that. So he has a machete, he misses the tentacles, and then some Native American looking dude gets one before Bert shoots the other 2 and calls them amateurs and walks away, exposing his buttocks because he is in a hospital gown. So I got to see Family Ties' dad's ass. So there's that.
You got to see his family ties.
There we go. And then he collapses. So there's that. Jamie Kennedy climbs in the graboid's mouth to take a sample from some gland or something with something that looks like a caulking gun. And the graboid keeps like throwing up on him, and he climbs out with like the sample and the thing and says, at least the gland wasn't in the prostate. So they take the serum. They make the serum from the gland juice. Did they say anything about doing that in y'all's section?
No.
To like
This
save
isn't
Bert?
a science movie.
So I think they may have mentioned it earlier in my section, but like it was when Bert was in the hospital. I don't know. And I don't know what it has to do with curing him and how they knew it was going to cure him. So anyways, so they make a serum from the gland juice for Bert, and it isn't working. Oh, but then it starts working. And he asks for his hat and glasses back, and then when he gets them, he looks at Jamie Kennedy, who's covered in like graboid bile, and says, with all due respect, soldier, you need a shower. And then Bert gets his stuff back and no taxes for him. Like the government guy like hands it over to him. And once he hands him like the file, the graboid throws up all over the government guy, and he still wants to make them into a weapon. And then they fly an RC plane into the graboid's mouth and blow it up. And there's a gore explosion all over the government guy and soldiers. Then Bert and Jamie Kennedy argue about the goodbye kiss he gave the love interest girl. So I guess that's the daughter of Kevin Bacon or whatever.
Oh, she's like underage.
Oh, then maybe it was someone else. I don't know. The doctor, maybe? I think it was a doctor.
Okay.
I don't know who any of the characters are because like they didn't say anything. They were just blowing shit up during my segment. So, I missed all that character development. So basically, he kisses the like love interest girl, and then he goes back over to Bert. He like kisses her on the cheek, and he goes over to Bert, and Bert's like, "You call that a goodbye kiss? A man brings a big bore 44 Magnum to a fight, not some broke dick 22." And then Jamie Kennedy says, "Broke dick? That was sweet dick." And then he goes back and gives her this like huge makeout kiss. And then he goes back over to Bert, and Bert says, "That was better." And Jamie Kennedy says, "Better." And then Bert says, "That was no 44 Magnum, 357 maybe." And then he calls Bert Pops, and then Bert says, "Pops?" And then the credits roll.
Oh, so we find out it's his son at the credits.
Happy Father's Day.
I think I don't know. To me, it was like kind of like
it was implied.
Yeah,
I didn't get any of that.
Maybe you did, and you just
I
don't know. But yeah, it was okay.
You know what?
So
I
gotta
didn't get
say,
any. I didn't get any good stuff.
Yeah, so I gotta say, I think I won, and then Adrian's second, and then your last place there, Jason. So I gotta say though, like the segment I watched was awesome. Like it was old school Tremors, like just like dumber, And Tremors is pretty dumb to begin with. So, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll go back and watch the beginning because I guess it's all the good parts. So
I kind of do want to watch the first one again.
yeah, for sure.
Like that first one's a classic.
You should
I was
add it
mad
to-
at you. I was mad at you to pick this movie. I was sitting here. I was watching my third. Like, God, I'm bored. When are they gonna start showing up? And then my timer went off. I'm like, really? At least Adrian in his first third got wolf dick. And in your first third of the car movie, you got some cool cyberpunk dudes, and I'm sitting here and I got character development.
character development
Tremors movie.
in a B movie.
In a B movie.
That
Well,
guy
you know.
who peed off, the guy that peed off the roof, the Red Bull drinking guy. I guess I got some dick in mine as well this time.
There you go.
2 for
There you
3
go.
on dick.
Look for the price. So was the guy peeing off the roof? Was he like in sunglasses and everything? Like, or was it the inventor guy?
He had a beanie. He was
Probably the
Freaking-
inventor guy.
Like a red shirt? Was he wearing a red shirt?
no, he had glasses, beanie. He was drinking
Suspenders?
Red Bulls the whole time.
I don't know who you're talking about. Doesn't matter.
Probably
Doesn't
died
matter.
because of
Doesn't
peeing
matter.
off the roof, and it was like a little
He was
mist.
he had
Doesn't
darker
matter.
skin because the guy said adios amigo.
I don't
Doesn't matter. Was the Native American dude? He had like frilly pants.
I don't know. His pants were down.
Also, this is in Canada, so I don't know Native American. Anyways,
Also, let's start all
There's
over
no
again.
Native
Like,
Americans. It's
I know. I'm just saying.
So where's the cold day? Did we miss all of that?
I guess
No,
the
it's still
fact
cold
that it
in
took place
Canada.
up north, but it got
This is like a
warm
hot summer
because of
day. And
the warm front thawed out the graboids.
yeah.
I
That's
don't
the warm front thawed them out, and that's why the graboids came out.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
I
So
won.
I got the, hey, look,
I
at
can
least
change.
I got the one part in ice.
there you go. You got the titular scene.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, climate change is real. Don't let this warm up. Or else
Yeah,
all
the
the graboids will
graboids
grab
come
you.
out.
All the tremors will grab you.
Cool,
Don't
cool,
let this
cool,
climate
cool.
change happen, or you're gonna have to sit through 31 minutes of character development. That's way worse than any graboid attack.
I guess. Anyways, hey, that was 3P Cinema, Tremors, A Cold Day in Hell.
Mhm.
And that about wraps up our episode.
How would you rate it?
And me, like from what I saw, it was like an 8.5. Like,
Adrian?
I would say 7.
3. I'm not like, and that's
I got
me,
like cool.
That's because
I
I
got
got
cool-
good one-liners like twice, but that's it.
Dude, I got a whole bunch of cool one-liners and like,
I said my
Best
2.
one.
ugh, it was.
I like the 6 inches between your head, not the 6 inches in your pants.
Man,
That
Balls
one,
of
I
steel.
liked that one.
I think they also said something about the Guinness World Record of balls or something like that in my segment, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
My balls are the Guinness Book of Balls or something. God damn it. Something like
So, anyways,
that. Watch the movie and you'll find out.
you can always listen to us on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. And just if you need to, just Google us and we'll pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Send us some recommendations for
Things.
the next 3P cinema, or
Horror
you
movies.
can send me something to replace and add on to my 31 and 31, which I might start here in a little bit once it rolls over to midnight.
Ooh.
We'll
Oh,
see.
shit, it's today. It's
Mhm.
October. This is the
It's
greatest time
October
of
and
year.
like just a little bit. So, but yeah,
You can also find us on Instagram and Twitter at NextGenRetroman.
Facebook, facebook.com/NextGenRetroman and YouTube NextGenRetroman.
All right. Yeah.
I'll be putting those little storytime comics on Instagram.
Ooh.
Gonna
Just make
get
sure that you put all rights free for
Credit,
Nintendo.
credit.
get a DMCA takedown.
Come at me, Miyamoto.
No,
No.
no, Miyamoto's not on our list.
Not the
It's a
first 31 minutes.